This is a story whispered through silk curtains and sung beneath moonlight by those who still believe in love. A tale hidden in scrolls the historians dare not touch. A tale of May, the girl who walked into the palace as a shadow and left behind a legend written in blood, tears, and fire. They met under a plum blossom tree where petals fall like snow. May, a lantern maker's daughter, had wandered too far from the servants' quarters. Li Wei, Crown Prince of the Tang dynasty, was hiding from a court he no longer trusted. Their eyes met, and in that moment, fate shifted. He was the moon, she was the flame. Their love bloomed in silence, stolen hours, and whispered names behind jade walls. But in the Forbidden City, love was not a gift, it was a weapon. And someone was watching. Li Wei had a brother, Li Yang, brilliant, ambitious, twisted. He believed the throne was his by will, not birth. But now, his brother had found strength not in politics, but in love, in May, and that made her dangerous. Li Yang began to whisper, to twist truth into poison. He forged scrolls, paid spies, and planted cursed trinkets in May's room. He told the emperor, "She is a sorceress, a temptress of shadows. She has cursed your son." The emperor, old, weary, and ruled by fear more than wisdom, began to listen. May was dragged from her chambers in the dead of night, chains around her wrists, her lanterns smashed, her name was slandered. Li Wei fell to his knees before the throne, begging for her life. But the emperor decreed, if she is innocent, she will survive the trial by combat. If not, the gods will decide her fate. Li Wei was forbidden from aiding her. And May? She was thrown into the dungeons. But in the darkness, she remembered her grandmother's words, the woman who once served as a royal bodyguard in secret. Never be a weapon, be the hand that holds it. The sun rose, blood red over the arena. The people gathered to watch a commoner die. The emperor's champion stood a towering mountain of steel, trained to kill without mercy. But then, May stepped forward. Not in chains, not afraid. She wore her grandmother's red sash, her eyes burned like lantern fire. The fight began. Steel clashed, dust flew, blood-stained silk. May moved like water, danced like wind. Her strikes were clean, purposeful, not of anger but of clarity. The crowd gasped. She was holding her own. No, more than that, she was winning. At last, she stood over the fallen warrior, blade to his throat. The crowd was silent. One move, and she would live. But May saw his fear, and she remembered. Never be the weapon. She dropped the blade. "I am not your monster," she whispered. The crowd erupted. Even the emperor, tears caught in his old eyes, stood, shaken by her honor. But Li Yang saw his scheme crumble. In desperation, he lunged into the arena with a hidden dagger aimed straight at May's heart. And in that instant, Li Wei broke his chains. He dove between them. Steel sank deep into his back. He fell not as a prince, but as a man who chose love over power. May caught him in her arms, his blood soaking her robes. His final words, "Even if I die, my heart is free." Li Yang was seized, exposed, exiled in disgrace. The emperor wept for his son. The court fell into silence. May did not become empress. She refused. But she did not fade. She became an advisor to the new emperor, a young cousin who asked for her wisdom. She rebuilt the lantern guilds. She taught martial arts to orphaned girls. She turned the palace gardens into schools of poetry and strategy. And every year, on the day the prince died, May would light a single lantern, letting it rise into the sky. No words, no tears, only the flame, a symbol that love, true love, burns longer than hatred and higher than thrones. So remember this tale, whispered behind fans and carved in wind chimes, the story of May and the fallen prince. For even in the cruelest courts, the human heart is still the sharpest blade.